I want to have a real discussion with you here today about how you should never open a Monarch First Edition booster box under any circumstance, and if you do, it's a really bad idea. And then I'm going to be a giant hypocrite and open up a Monarch First Edition booster box. And before I do any of this, man, I just want to give a huge shout out to Jason from DeckEdge. I've been a customer of Jason for a good amount of time. I think about 4 months now. I've been his patron, and I just want to say, if it wasn't for DeckEdge, I wouldn't be opening up any Monarch First Edition booster boxes at all. I just didn't get as many from other sources as I wanted to, and he really pulled through for me and got me what I wanted and a little bit more. So I just want to give a huge shout out to DeckEdge. How it works is it's a Patreon system where you're a customer and you pay a monthly fee, and then when products get released that you want, like Monarch First Edition for Flesh and Blood, it is sold to you for a very reasonable price. And I just want to say, bar none, DeckEdge is the most affordable place to get Flesh and Blood booster boxes, bar none. It's just a really great place, and I really enjoy being a customer there. Again, I'm not affiliated with DeckEdge at all. I just want to say this because it means a lot to me, man. I love Flesh and Blood. I love Monarch. But if it wasn't for this service, I wouldn't be opening up any of these booster boxes at all. I can tell you that straight up because it's not worth it. And let me go into that. And I want to tell you a little story, little background story for Bronson for Crucible War. I bought a good amount of Crucible War. Crucible War was a cool set. I liked the shiny box. It had a lot of weapons on it, and it was really cool. But I'm telling you, some boxes of Crew are devastating, man. You will get like a cold foil common, and you will just get like garbage majestics, and it's just really, really bad pulls, and it hurts. And especially at these rates, if you're paying, I don't know, $1,400 for a Crew box, you could get like a lottery card and hit something really crazy, or you could hit like dog shit and get like, maybe $500 off of your booster box. And it's just tough. And it's tough when you spend all that money and you don't get really good stuff from your pulls. And it's especially frustrating because I think I opened like 8 boxes of Crucible War. If I had those boxes now, each box is worth 1,500 freaking dollars. So if what would I say, 8? So that's would it divide the two and everything? That's $12,000 for for 8 boxes. Like that's insane. Like 12,000, and I only spent like $100 per box. So that return on investment is insane. And it just hurts when I know how many boxes I opened, and there are many people out there who've opened many, many more than me. But you might say this. You might say, Bronson, I don't understand you, man. You're a weird collector. You'd like to sniff the cards. You comment on the inking and all that stuff. I don't care about that. I'm a player. I'm a competitive player. I don't care about and I respect that. I respect the shit out of that. But I'm gonna tell you this. If you have a box of Monarch and you're trying to get a legendary Monarch card, I'm telling you, more likely than not, and this is not investment advice, I am not your guru to life or anything, I'm not your financial guru at all, but I'm telling you, there will be a point where this box can be traded for a legendary cold foil card from Monarch. So if this box has a 1 in 4 chance of having a legendary card, you can get a 100% chance of getting a legendary cold foil card from Monarch if you make that trade. And the reason why is that there's a premium on sealed product, and that premium will always give it an edge, and it does outlast the actual legendary cards, which is crazy to me. And I heard multiple stories from Welcome to Wrath Alpha, where a box of Welcome to Wrath Alpha was traded for a legendary cold foil card from Alpha 2. So that is nuts. And if you are a player and if you want those cards, that is the best route to do, because then you don't have to worry about, getting the hit that you want or not getting the hit you want. You instantly get the hit. And think, if you have a case of these, well, now you have 4 cold foil legendary cards for a case of Monarch, which is huge. And what's also really cool is that the cold foil legendary cards also keep retaining their value long term. The box might go above that, But honestly, it's so much better to not roll the dice. Because if you have a 3 out of 4 chance of opening this box and not getting a really good card, you get like a cold foil common card that you really don't need. Because as a player, you have the common cards already. Yeah, like it's no use to you. So honestly, overall, I think that keeping these boxes sealed long term, if you're a player, is smart because I think it's going to happen, and not investment advice. I think it's going to happen in the next month or 2 months. You're going to see these things shrink up. There's not going to be that many Monarch products out there. And honestly, Monarch is a baller set. Dude, it is amazing. People love opening this shit. And especially with the library and all these like really fancy cards, people love opening this. So I know that I can't say for 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that there will be a point where these things will go for like $700, $800. And there's going to be plenty of people out there who have a legendary cold foil card that they're like, yeah, I don't really play this class. I don't want to do this. I'd rather have the sealed box, especially investors. Investors out there know that sealed product is good for long term, so they're going to want to do those trades and make those kind of financial decisions. And especially people who are getting into investing in Flesh and Blood say, hey, look, I got all these cards and I got a cold foil legendary card. Why don't I just trade this one card for a box? And I could get even more cards. I could even get a fabled. And it's that gambler's mindset that people want the sealed box. So I'm telling you, keep this sealed. If you have Flesh and Blood Monarch, I would highly advise, as not investment advice or any advising advice, I definitely think keeping this product sealed long term is really important because overall it just has nowhere to go but up. I mean, as long as the game succeeds long term, and especially since this set out of the four that have been released so far has been such fire, I think that this box especially has so much upward momentum, and it just doesn't seem like there's too many that were printed. I mean, we don't know the exact print run numbers as of yet, but there weren't too many stores that got allocated stuff. So I mean, ultimately, from any aspect that you see, it's always smart to keep this sealed because let's say in a year, right? Let's say in a year it doesn't happen. You're like Bronson, nothing happened in a year. It's 2022 when the box is still reasonable. You could still open up the box. You could still open up the box, take out the cards, play with the cards, or do whatever the fuck you want with the cards. That's a thing. That's fine. But you can never take the cards that you have and put them back in the box and seal it up. You can, but it's really sketch and it's hard to do. But ultimately, I think that keeping it in the box is the smartest thing to do. And I'm going to be very blunt with you. There's a lot of boxes that I have, and I didn't get too much product for Monarch. I'm just gonna lay it out there. I don't want to tell you exact numbers. I don't want to go into the nitty gritty. I'm gonna tell you I'm keeping a good amount of the stuff I get sealed because ultimately I just know. And another thing too, if you're a collector, right? So I've explained it from the investment side that this is really smart long term because of the premium on sealed. There's always a premium on that, but also for a player, it just makes sense because you can trade this for a legendary cold foil card, or you can trade it for any other cards that you want for Flesh and Blood. You can trade this box for something you want, but also as a collector. So I really, for the longest time, I wanted a lore book for Flesh and Blood. I was like, oh man, I really want that lore book, but it was $600. And I couldn't afford $600. I couldn't spend $600 on a book, man. I'm sorry. But I was really lucky with Crucible War, and I made a really good trade of sealed product for the book. And that was awesome because then that made my cost basis for the book like maybe $150 or somewhere in that range where, I would have spent $600 for the book. So these are great bargaining tools. So let's say in the future there's some like really hot cold flow card you want, or some legendary card you want, or some really cool sets or what have you for Flesh and Blood as a collector that you would want. You could trade the sealed product for that much easier. And this product especially is very hot. There's going to be a lot of demand for it in the future. And also, one other thing, really important, is I'm definitely going to buy an acrylic case for at least one of these boxes because, man, it's really cool to have one of these things sealed in a case on a bookshelf. Can you imagine? Like right here on my bin, I have acrylic case with this, sealed inside, and I can look at it and think back and remember Monarch and how great it was. I just think that's a really cool thing to do with this product as well, to keep it sealed. But ultimately, man, I think if you're any type of person in Flesh and Blood community, if you're a player, collector, if you're an investor, all signs point to keeping it sealed if you can. And ultimately, I know that I'm going to be a hypocrite because I'm going to be opening this box in a sec. But I just think that, if I didn't have as much product, I definitely wouldn't open anything. But I just think that, this is a great time to open stuff. And I just really wanted to thank DeckEdge for, you know, giving me that stuff. So I'm gonna open thing because I'm happy. I got my stuff. So ultimately, I don't really make a lot of booster box opening videos. Let me transition to that now. At the end, if you care to watch me open up a box, if you don't, it's fine, man. But ultimately, man, keep this thing sealed. Do as I say, not as I do. Like, keep Flesh and Blood Monarch First Edition sealed, man. You're gonna be more thankful in the long run. I'm telling you, because honestly, I opened up a lot of Crucible war boxes. I think 8. That's a lot for me. I don't know about you. That's a lot of money for me. And afterwards, I just didn't get the pulls to justify the ultimate cost. And even if you're not interested in making a ton of money, if you're not interested in making like, 10 grand or something, at least, you can look at it from the standpoint of you could have traded those box at current prices of 1500 and think about how many items that you could get cold foil cards for those sealed boxes of crew now, and it just makes me reflect. Ultimately, very happy with my collection. It's no big deal in the grand scheme of things, but that experience in my life has made me cautious to opening up Monarch First Edition because I know people have this like really one track mind where they can only see what's in front of their nose and they see current prices of these boxes at like $400, $500, but they just don't understand that over 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, this game just goes to insane levels, and these boxes just keep going up in price. And you might say, man, in the future, in 6 months, you'd be like, why did I open those boxes? I could have kept them sealed. I could have traded them off. I could have sold them off. I could have paid off my mortgage for a month. So I think that ultimately, to sum up my argument, keep Flesh and Blood Monarch sealed. Now let's talk about me being a hypocrite and open booster boxes. I don't usually open booster boxes because it's really hard for me, and I'm not really good at like filming that stuff. So if you don't care about watching that, that's fine. I know there's plenty of other content of people opening up booster boxes. When I open up booster boxes and booster packs, it's very zen for me, very zen moment. But ultimately, wanted to open up. It's gonna be a fun experience. So thanks for watching, and gonna transition to the screen to show you top down so it's easier on your eyes. So let's go to that now. Oh man, I'm so excited. So we got our first edition Monarch booster box that I just told you to never open, and I'm gonna be opening it. Now I don't do too many box opening type videos out there because I get into this very calm and relaxed state when I open booster boxes, probably because I never opened up any booster box from any trading card game until I was like 29 because I just couldn't afford it when I was young. So yeah, I know it's just a very special and really chill experience for me. So yeah, you got that to look forward to, but I'm just gonna be opening up this box and giving you a slight commentary, but I'm just gonna be really chill, man. It's gonna be really relaxing. So first we got our knife, and what I like to do with these booster boxes is I like to keep the wrapping. So if you look at the seal along the mid side, we're gonna be cutting along there. I'll show you why. So you can like keep the box looking sealed without actually opening it. So sometimes you're lucky and you see like these little creases here. Other times you don't. I try to like slide the knife up here. I have like the most dull knife ever because I don't want to cut myself. But I'm gonna try to slide it up here. Try not to like stab the box because then you're gonna hurt the box. But yeah, this is what I'd like to do. It's really chill. I'm rubbing it there. Oh, looks like I got a little bit in. I'm just gonna go around here. I know you can't really see it good on the camera, but it really splits easy when you do this. And you only have to do two sides, and then it'll open up really, really nice for you. Now I can actually get my finger there. This works a little bit easier. And it looks like I dinged it a little bit, but you gotta try to not ding it as much. So it looks good on the outside. And you'll see at the end. I know you're like, Bronson, this is it's crazy. What are you doing, man? This is just how my mind works. I just like having a box with the wrapper on it, empty. It's pretty cool. So this right here, we got into a little snag. I don't know if the camera sees it really well. There's like a bunched up part. I think I might just start on this side here because this is a lot easier to penetrate. Gonna This is where my mind works, man. I never got to open up booster boxes when I was a kid, so having one is it's pretty cool, especially with Flesh and Blood, man. And you have that first edition little stamp of approval. That's pretty big. So luckily I got like some parts where I can open this. It looks like it's peeling here. Sometimes you get really lucky and there's like open slits already, so you can easily just put like a knife down or just even just pull it by hand and it opens. But yeah, it's just a real chill box opening. Box openings are hard, man. I don't know how people do them. Okay, cool. Got my knife in. Going down. This is so jank. So I'm almost at that corner piece. And I'm just gonna like tear through it. That was alright. Okay. So now that I got like two sides done, then you can like take this wrapper like this. Take this like this. And I tend to just like move the wrapper like to the sides here, but try not to like rip it. And if you do it just so, you don't have to like take it off. There we go. Take it fully there. And we'll see if I can access the packs. And I try not to take it fully off because it's hard to find where the wrapper like fit into place. So I'm going to open this up very carefully. Take the packs out. Oh, this is so nice. It feels so good, man. Holding these packs in my hand and just, oh man, just the thrill of opening this stuff up is nice. And yeah, no, I don't like to open up too much of these, but I got a good amount of product that I want, so I'll roll the dice. Now, once this is open like this, I close. Once you got all the packs out, I usually close it like this. And then you can put the wrapper back on like this. Very carefully. And I do this mainly just to have as a prop. So you can like put this in like the background of a YouTube video. You can have this just on display on like a shelf. So it looks like a sealed box, but it isn't, which is kind of cool. And this is also good so you have practice for knowing like what looks tampered with. If you look around the seams and you see that there's like little dings like from knife marks, then you know that somebody might have like resealed this thing. So you can see I fully put on the plastic. And yeah, so look, it looks like a sealed product from the top. Just don't look at the edges. But yep, I'm going to put this aside. The other thing to note too is the Legend Story Studios logo. Some boxes it has it this way, some has it the other way. It changes up on each box. It's kind of interesting thing to note. Manufacturing, I don't know how they do it there, So here we go. Let's actually open the packs now. And I know you thought I might have been a little crazy before, but I'm a little crazy with the booster packs too. As you know, I like to keep wrappers, so I try to open them up very carefully to where it doesn't rip the pack. So what I do is I open the flap here, and I'll just show you this for the first one. I'll open up here, and then I hold my thumbs like this in this corner, and I press like this just a little to open it up. And then I'll take this thumb and I'll open it like this. So you can see that it didn't rip any of the sides of the wrappers. So you can keep your wrappers pristine. Man, I value the shit out of this game. I value the shit even out of the wrapping. I'm like one of those Native Americans. When you kill the elk, you savage or you keep all the parts of it and you use all the parts of the box and everything. I'm very efficient in opening what I have and then just keeping even a lot of the wrapping because it's just sentimental to me. It's kind of cool. So let's put these to the side and I'll open up this pack. Came out a little weird there. Such a nice thing to do, man. All right, so let's organize and put the tokens here or here. Got our commons. Oh yes, I got a Tome of Divinity, and I pulled the cards out a little bit differently. So it was in like an odd order, but this is really nice. I have the other tome, and I am currently collecting all the tomes, so really happy with that pull. See what I get. Nothing else too crazy. I think I just got a common foil. So I put all my hits here. I think I'll just put like a stack of just bulk here. Ah, man, this is such a nice set. I'm really happy with that first pull. Now I got all my first edition tomes. Gonna do a tome collection. I think that's kind of cool about collecting. You can have like your own type of collection that you want. So, and I'm pretty sure there's other people out there, but I have all of the first edition tomes. So, Tome of Fandel, and then the 2 tomes from Arcane Rising, and what have you. So, seems like a cool thing to collect. Common rainbow foil. Looks like 2 rares at the end. It's gonna be a lot of dead air here, man. I'm just breathing it in, having a good time, man. It's nice to do this as an adult. This is relaxing for me. This is very zen. And the artwork on this set is just so nice. Okay, let's see what we got. I think we got a common hungering slaughter beast, and then 2 rares. Jank pack. I'm hoping for legendary. I won't be greedy. I won't ask for the fable today. Just going for that. Just any legendary, honestly, would be really nice. Because some boxes just, yeah, anyway. We'll see, man. I mean, it looks like there's a good amount of Majestics in the boxes, which are nice. I mean, that can really net out stuff, but ultimately, it'd be nice to hit some really crazy card. Alright, so foil Seek Enlightenment. And the foiling on these cards are a lot different, I've noticed. My camera doesn't show it very well, but if you look at these cards in person, I was very surprised at first how different the foiling is. Nah, just 2 rares. Really like this card in draft and sealed. I mean, just doing 1 arcane damage. Arcane damage is very hard to block. Arcane and Crackle, really cool card. Ooh, a rare foil. So we got Battlefield Blitz. That's really good. And then we got just 2 rares at the end. Put this to the side. It's a nice foil rare. And these packs right here, these empty ones, I'm just going to save. I just like saving the empty wrappers. It's pretty cool, especially since it's first edition. And when you have unlimited, it's going to have that red mark on it. So, cool. And honestly, man, the attrition rate for booster pack wrappers is huge. I mean, a lot of people just throw them away. And here I ripped it, but it's all good. Happens sometimes. Looks like a foil Courage Steel Hand. And, ooh, Majestic Herald of Erudation. It's nice. I don't think I have that one yet. What's nice too about me opening a box is I want to get a full set, one of each of all of the Monarch First Edition cards. So this is going to get me on my way, so I don't have to buy all the Majestics, you know, onesie twosie, which is really nice. Let's see what we get here. Got foil Frontline Scout. And just 2 rares. Nothing too crazy so far. I mean, we got 2 Majestics. Still got a good amount of packs left, but it's always nice when you get something crazy from the beginning. Then you're like, oh, everything down hit, everything else, it's no big deal. But when the legendary or fable is like in the very last of the packs, it's a nail biter, man. This is probably not. I want to say that the way I'm opening these packs is probably not smart for the corner damage. I haven't really seen anything yet, but just something to note there too. But man, these cards are beautiful. I feel so guilty opening this. I can't tell you, but I feel so good. We got a prismatic shield for our foil, and then just 2 rares at the end. I really like the foiling too, how they did in this product. Really nice. I think the other versions were a little bit too rainbowy, but this one, it's very subtle. It almost looks like a cold foil, honestly, in the middle. But I think that they did the foiling very well. I want to speed through this. Oh, we got a Shadow of Blasphemous. I think that's a foil too. Wow. I don't really see the foiling too well. That's huge. I haven't gotten this card yet. That's huge. And then 2 rares. Yeah, foil Majestics are really big. I mean, you usually get like 1 per box, sometimes not even, from what we've seen. And we haven't seen the pull rates yet. It would be cool if they put that information on their site. But I guess maybe if that information was available, more people would speculate, more people would get like the true value of a booster box. Because right now it's kind of really up in the air, and people are, you know, trying to pinpoint numbers, but don't know for sure. Ooh, a common foil Enigma Chimera. It's really a cool card. 8 damage, which is insane. Really good for draft. I'll just put it in the bold. Well, I'll put it to the side. I like that card. Nothing too crazy, man. I've seen some crazy packs, and these are definitely not too crazy, but you never know, man. All it takes is that one card. It just takes that one hit. Honestly, man, I'm just happy to open this shit. I mean, this is like a fine wine to me. This is like sipping on a fine wine. Really like Brandish. It's a really good card for draft. Ooh, a Nourishing Emptiness Rainbow Foil. Oh man, that is a really good card. I know the foiling does a really good on camera. This is gonna be a huge card. Oh, and then a Dread Scythe Majestic. Man, that pack was packed with a ton of stuff. So we have two foil Majestics already, which is huge. That's usually the max that I've ever seen in a pack or in a box is two foil Majestics. So it'll be interesting to see what we have next. Nourishing Emptiness especially is very good card. I can see that working with a ton of different classes like Warrior and you got Wizard. It's a really good card. Now if I did get a legendary in this box, this would be a freaking epic box. I mean, but we'll see what happens. That one we just had a rainbow foil common and some rares. I'm wondering too if they're going to come out and say that the foiling is different and it's not called rainbow foil. I really would not be surprised. I mean, you do see some rainbow foiling, but it's not as foily. It's definitely different. And I do like the smell of these cards. It does smell like Unlimited, Welcome to Wrath, and Arcane Rising, but you don't smell it from where I am now, which is like 4 feet away from the cards. You only smell it if you take the cards to your nose. So, really like that. And the card stock too. When I first touched it, it's very thick. But Boneyard Marauder for the foil, and then just two random rares. You hear me sigh a lot, man. It's just stress reliever, man. Opening booster packs. Oh, such a guilty pleasure for me. I like to keep it sealed. Just so nice to just finally let go and open some packs. We got our foil rare Seek Horizon. This has like really good art from Mysteria. Really enjoy that artwork. Um, and then just two rares at the end and a cracked bobble. It's pretty cool. And I heard too, yeah, the cracked bobble from this set is a little bit more cracked. That is really cool. And I could definitely see people collecting cracked bobble from all of the first edition sets. I think I'm going to try to start that. Like a first edition Arcane Rising, a first edition Welcome to Wrath, and a first edition Monarch and Crucible. That would be a cool collection. A little bobble collection. Um, but that's crazy how it's cracked a little bit more. I wonder what's on the inside of the bobble. That will be quite a sight. And I wonder if there'll be like a broken bobble, so it'd be like one red pitch. That'd be kind of funny. Smash with Big Tree. Such a cool card. Just a bunch of rares in that pack. Nothing too spicy yet. We got two rainbow foil majestics, which is big. But other than that, what's crazy about these videos too, I think, is that like booster box opening videos age so poorly. Like I'll be like, oh yeah, this is all right, and then somebody in the future would be like, dude, did you see what Bronson pulled? That's insane. That box is ridiculous. I don't know why he's not like jumping up and down like he won the lottery. Like you look at these cards and you're like, oh, this is all right, but I just always thought that was funny. Oh, sweet. We got Halo of Illumination Cold Foil. Now, this is bittersweet because I hope we have a legendary Cold Foil, but this kind of caps it there most likely, but a very beautiful card. The rest of the pack was just two out muscles. That is very weird. So we have two out muscle blue pitch for the rare slot. It's interesting how there's like duplication there. I have heard like different things about that. I wonder if that's truly a thing because having two of the same card in the rare slot is pretty You wouldn't think that that happens as much, but I wonder if it does. And we don't have too many packs left. Looks like 6 packs left. I'm surprised too about the lack of Majestics. We haven't really opened too many. We got 2 rares here and a foil common. And yeah, I mean, I don't think we have gotten too many Majestics. Let me pull out the foil Majestics. We got Shadow of Blasphemat and then Nourishing Emptiness. So we've only had 5 Majestics so far. This currently isn't like really good in a box, so we'll see where it ends. We'll see what happens. But honestly, I'm just happy to just open packs and get into it. Smash with Big Tree Red. Such a funny card. And 2 rares. Going down the wire here, man. Now it is legendary or bust. I've seen a lot of boxes with a ton of Majestics, like 8 or 9. I think that's kind of like the good range if you have 8 or 9 Majestics. So this is kind of on the weekend so far. We'll have to see where we hit with close. Foil common and 2 rares. Just nothing good. Another cracked bauble. 5 packs left. Hope you've enjoyed this. I mean, I know I'm not adding too much commentary. Box openings are a bit weird. I like to just chill out. But yeah. Got our foil common, Seeds of Agony. And then just 2 rares. Foil Seek Enlightenment. And I got another one of these in a previous pack. I think the red pitch version, which is interesting. And just 2 rares, man. Those packs at the close are killing me. Only 2 packs left. Oh, 3 packs left. See what happens. Fable or bust now. Ah, smells so good, man. Smells like happiness. Ooh, so we got a Phantasmaclasm Majestic. So we got 6 Majestics now. Not too shabby. And the rest was just rares. So 2 packs left, 6 Majestics. I really do like the crack bauble thing too. I thought that was cool how it cracks a little bit more. I'll have to look at the other artwork and see how much it cracks in the other, because I don't think it has cracked yet. So let's see. So we got our foil common. And oh, Deep Rooted Evil. Awesome. Another Majestic. So I think that puts us at 7. Last pack of the box. Well, thanks so much, guys, for listening to this opening. I don't do too many of these because I just like to chill out normally and open stuff. But it was pretty fun. I'd like to give a huge shout out to DeckEdge again, Jason. If it wasn't for him, I don't think I'd be doing this. So yeah, huge shout out to them. Last pack, we got our rare foil for Dusk Path Pilgrimage and 2 rares. And, you know, ultimately, man, really happy about this box. Could have been a lot better. But what I'm going to do, I think, too, is I'm not going to collect all the rainbow foil. stuff. I mean, it'd just be a little bit out of my price range. But what I was planning to do is collect a full set of the normal version of the cards. So I'm really happy with these Majestics because these would have been like $30 each. So it saves me money there. And I'm really happy with the cold foil Halo Illumination. Looks really cool. So I might trade these off and buy some of the cards that I need to complete the collection. But ultimately, even though this was, I'm happy with what I pulled. I think the Nourishing Emptiness is a really good card. I think this card is gonna have really good price points, especially the rainbow foil version. I think this might actually help out the box overall, but this is a weak box. And ultimately, I want to end on, in the beginning of the video, I said don't open Monarch First Edition, and this is why. If you don't get that legendary pull, ultimately you could have just traded this stuff right here. So let's put the bulk commons aside because these don't really have much value. But I mean, you got some, rainbow foil rares, not too much money there. You got the cold foil common, which can be like, I think $200 at this point in time. But then you just have like these Majestics and stuff. And do these cards match what is on the open market currently? Yes, but I think that ultimately, if you just wait a little bit and sell the whole box for the legendary card you need, or the legendary card and multiple stuff you need, I think that's better long term. But ultimately, just really, honestly, really happy to enjoy this. It's like a wine to me, man. It was a lot of fun opening. Hope you enjoyed. And again, thanks to DeckEdge with Jason. And yeah, thanks for watching, man. Have a good one.